We are going live.
We are going live.
We live?
Welcome.
Hi.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm just popping it up on my phone so I can see how you guys are all doing. We've got here Jose, hola. Mohammed, hello. So cool. This is great.
We got
Nice to...
Russell.
Oh yeah, you guys know what? It's Labor Day weekend here in New Zealand. We are live from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Welcome to our channel if you're brand new. We are Growing Up Without Borders. We are a family of 5 traveling around the world, still in New Zealand though. So we're traveling around New Zealand at the moment, and it's still not popping up on my phone. Welcome to...
Here.
Oh,
Let me get it for you.
welcome to Internet in New Zealand. This is fiber internet.
We've got Bob in Florida. Hey.
Hi, Bob. Nice to see you. Cool. Derek from Madison, Alabama. Hi. Denisis. I hope I say your name correctly. Nice to see you here. Hello, hello. Ooh, Royal King. Whoa, who's that?
There you go.
Cool. Thank you. Morena. That's how you say good morning or hello in Maori. Chloe's just popped into the kitchen with something.
Yeah, Chloe,
Come show us what you've got here. It is springtime here in New Zealand, you guys, so it's
It
beautiful
is.
weather. And look at what Chloe just came in the house with.
It's the spinach for my garden.
Look how big that is.
Isn't that wild? Okay, so things in New Zealand, first of all, grow enormously, fast. But that's normally on the North Island because it's volcanic. So volcanic soil helps things grow. But on the South Island, we're on the South Island of New Zealand, and this is our lettuce. Not
We're
lettuce,
in the
spinach.
sunshine area.
The
Like
biggest
Yeah.
spinach. Usually it's like that big. What?
That's
It's
crazy.
I'll put it back in.
Hey, hi everyone, Miguel, hey. So yeah, nice to see you guys all. Since we've last seen you, we were in Queenstown, which is in the south of the South Island, more or less south of the South Island, and it was beautiful. And we did it was a really cool drive all the way through something called the Fox Glacier, and we should tell you guys what a mountain pass is like here, because we did a pass called the Arthur's Pass, and explain a pass difference, because we do passes, where you go from Italy to Switzerland, that kind of mountain pass. And here, so in my mind, I'm thinking a mountain pass is kind of the same thing. But how would you describe the differences, girls? I'm curious to know what your thoughts are.
a lot less high. It's very
Yeah, we didn't go up that high. So you go up to maybe
Less switchbacks.
less switchbacks. So less a switchback is when you go up a mountain like this. So there's
side, side.
yeah,
side,
it's
side.
and it's I don't know. We went up maybe 1,000 meters at the most, I think. So it's not and it's not scary. The roads aren't scary. They're not super high with cliffs. So it was but it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. We had a really sunny day. There was mountains all around us, and it was just amazing. So
We've got Pepe from Croatia. Hi. We've got some
Ooh.
people from Taranaki.
good morning, hello, good afternoon, good evening over there in Croatia. So cool. And then we have John from Whakatane. That is so nice. We love that area. That's beautiful.
So someone's asking, I think, what's your name, Chloe?
Walter's saying
My
the
name-
last girl, you. This
Oh.
girl over here.
My name's Chloe.
Her name's Chloe.
And if you don't know, I'm Julia.
I'm Angelique.
I'm Chantal. Yeah, Chloe, if you watch videos, even from when we were just posting when we
Yeah.
first arrived in New Zealand, Chloe was our size. Now she's towering over us. She's grown just like the spinach. It's something to do with New Zealand, I swear. It's pretty crazy.
I've been eating the dirt. Maybe.
Rolly Rolly's heading to the glaciers in January. So cool. I want to see them as soon as possible. Sadly, they're disappearing. They are. So some of the people that live there were telling us that the glaciers used to come all the way down into the village, and now it's regressed so far back. It's pretty crazy.
And speaking of glaciers, on the way back up, we actually stopped at Fox Glacier, which has been a place we've never seen before. It was really cool because the one sunset, we actually were able to see it.
Yeah, because it's very cloudy, right?
Yeah.
So it gets covered.
West Coast rains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey
The
there,
entire time we were
Rolly.
driving as well, it was one side it was raining, one side it was sunny, and then vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Kept changing.
Yeah, as we were
And
driving.
then there was a rainbow because of the weather.
It was beautiful though. We couldn't have timed the day better. And it's far distances. We drove and drove and drove, and
Yeah.
it was supposed to be a 4-hour drive, and it took us
We were in the car for 8 hours.
8 hours.
Stopping and stuff. So the one from Queenstown to Fox Glacier, 8 hours. And Fox Glacier to Christchurch was another 5, 6, 7 hours.
Yeah, because we kept stopping.
And then Christchurch to Blenheim was another 4 hours.
Yeah,
at least.
That was a shorter drive. Yeah, like all along the way, they have these stops, and they like, you think that there's only one, so you stop and you take a while taking pictures, and then like literally minutes later, there's another stop lookout point to look at. So we kept doing
The
this.
longest
like, the whole
drive
way.
was probably from Timaru to Queenstown. Remember that day when we arrived late at night in Queenstown? You know what I mean?
No, same as Fox Glacier.
It was the same
technically.
thing. We stopped and took pictures and
So
yeah.
people are saying, Chloe, you're so tall, OMG. And then someone said, why didn't you go on the rafts?
Oh, well, at the time I was 12, and they had an age limit for 13 and up, just for safety reasons. What was funny is, even though I was taller, I still didn't go.
It's an age
And
restriction.
I stayed behind and took some amazing photos.
She was a photographer.
And the filmer. So if you see those shots of like the raft coming down, that was me and my dad
Oh.
filming.
Congratulations. Yeah, they had lookout points all along the path where you can actually see where the rafts come down, so you can see all the good spots.
David's saying, it sucks in lockdown having a long weekend in lockdown.
Oh, you're in Auckland, probably.
Yeah.
Or Waikato. Is Waikato still in lockdown? Oh my gosh, you guys, we got our first case of COVID in Blenheim. That's where we are right now. Our very first case in the South Island. We haven't had COVID on the South Island for over a year.
Someone from Rotorua flew into Blenheim.
Yeah, poor guy.
What
That
the town looked like when we were
and yeah.
on Saturday, no one was in the town except for a few people just, I don't know, walking around. But there was no one there. It was like a dead city because I think everyone was like, if we stay indoors, we won't have to have any problems in Blenheim.
I think everyone got worried that, oh my gosh, here we go. Are we going into lockdown like Auckland? Like, that would just be crazy because I feel for you guys up there in Auckland. I mean, we've done so much and you guys have still been stuck.
in level 3.
Which reminds me, on our live, when we first went into lockdown, like not first lockdown, second lockdown here in New Zealand, we said we were doing a contest for chocolate. And we said, all right, who can predict how long the lockdown was going to last, right? Okay, well, those of you in Auckland, I know for sure you didn't predict it would be this long. Like, who would have thought you would still be in lockdown? Like, this is crazy. I feel for you guys. I feel really bad. I feel really, really bad. But so thankful that we're not in your shoes. But we're going to have to change the rules because lockdown, technically, like, we've been out of lockdown. So why don't we go based on the rest of the country? And Auckland is kind of like a secluded, like, off the charts, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through the
We
comments.
could do 2, one for Auckland and one for the rest.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone guessed Auckland being still in lockdown.
No, like started up again.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm going to go back to those comments
Yeah.
from previous. I'm going to pick out the winner, the one who was the closest. And you will be getting some good Whittaker's chocolate. Unless you want Frey, because Frey is a Swiss chocolate that just arrived here in New Zealand.
And that's something we do miss is our Swiss chocolate, and it happened to
It
be
is
there.
the best chocolate.
Ooh, we got a howdy from Texas.
Howdy.
Howdy. It's funny because the other day someone said on
y'all.
our Discord server, what does the word howdy mean? And we're like, oh, it means like, hi y'all from Texas, you know?
That's just what they say.
Yeah.
It's like a Texan accent.
Look what's happening in Greenland.
Ooh, what's happening in Greenland?
Let's search it. Where's Greenland?
Greenland.
Beside Iceland. Oh, sorry.
Well, not
I
really
thought you
beside,
meant like
but
a city or
above.
something, and I wasn't thinking.
G'day from across the ditch in Melbourne. Hey! Opening up last weekend for over 260 days. You've got to
my
be
gosh.
kidding me. Whoa. Congratulations. You must be
That's
thrilled to be
crazy.
back to normal. I know, like, parts of Europe, I just heard yesterday that the UK is considering going back, and it's just like, ay.
What happened in Greenland?
We're going to find out.
We're trying to figure it out, but what happened?
Hey.
There's just
How do
a
you
whole
do?
bunch of news.
Howdy. It's funny, you guys. So yeah, ask away. Ask some questions. We don't have like huge updates other than like somebody. I'm just waiting for that comment. I'm waiting for the comment of how are your vaccine statuses, and I was just kind of, I shouldn't even bring it up, but
Did you say vaccine or visa status?
oh, it's because someone just said vaxxed, and now I can't read and speak at the same time apparently.
Okay, so are y'all vaxxed yet? Yes, I'm double dosed. My parents are too, and the girls need to get
The girls need to go today to get their second
Yep.
vaccinations, but they don't really want it. But It's the reality of life, guys. Got to do it for everything to open up and get more or less back to normal. Okay, so
and the glaciers are melting in Greenland.
the glaciers are melting in Greenland,
not good.
and as well in Switzerland. Like we went up to Lech Glacier, and it was really regressed as well.
It's a big, big world. We need to stop global warming.
Ooh, we got someone from Toronto. You know that's how you say it in Canada, Toronto. You don't say Toronto. You say Toronto.
Toronto.
Or the big T-O.
Toronto.
Yeah. That's a big city, man. The whole country of New Zealand can fit into Toronto and still have lots of room. Like, people-wise. There's not...
yeah.
Like, how many people live in Toronto? How many... What's the size? Okay, like, Oshawa and, like, Hamilton. Like, the whole surrounding Toronto. How big is it? Someone let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, you're watching. Enlighten us. How big is Toronto just compared to the population of New Zealand? I'm really curious because over there, you guys, if you've ever seen traffic... Like, people talk about traffic in the city of Auckland. They haven't seen traffic until they've gone to Toronto. Like, I've been there, and it'd be like, let's say, Friday afternoon. You're like, I'm going to cross over to get back towards, like, Kingston direction, which is towards the east. And you're like, I'll go early, so I'll leave at 3 in the afternoon, thinking that you'll have enough time. You get stuck for 3 hours in traffic.
This is a random thing, but first we watched In the Heights. Then we watched Phantom of the Opera, and we are
Tonight's going to be Alexander Hamilton.
And then tomorrow is going to be
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables.
No, what we're doing is
going
a
on
musical weekend, so it's been really fun. And then Friday night, actually, there was something here called Spring Fest, which people can play instruments or whatever, so it's been very musical, which is fun. Into the Heights, if you've never seen it, really good, and so is Phantom of the Opera, both 2 movies we've never seen.
Yeah. That was really good, Into the Heights. Brandon's saying, where to next? Okay, so back to my topic about visas, because I'm so surprised no one said that yet. Would you believe it? Our visas run out
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, our visas run out tomorrow. Yeah. And the good news is, we've got really good news. We've been assigned a case officer who is reviewing our application. And the reason why we're still here in New Zealand is because the type of visa we're applying for, if you leave the country, everything goes to the wayside and you can't reapply from outside of the country. You have to be inside New Zealand at this time because of COVID. And it takes a while for them to process it. And because they haven't processed it yet, we're still waiting. But they told us on last week, basically, midweek, if you reapply for visitors visas, they're going to reapply that application. So we're kind of in limbo land. And everyone's like, we're also in limbo land. We're still waiting. We're like, okay, these are our plans. But then our plans keep kind of getting pushed back because we can't leave until that gets processed. Yeah. So the goal and the aim is to do that, go travel, and then come back again, and then, do the back forth. So we shall see.
Somebody said, how about Cats? Like, how are we going to watch
Cats?
Musical?
Not the movie, because apparently it's really bad.
But I'm curious as to what it looks like.
Funny to watch it. See how bad it is.
Whoa, Toronto has over 8 million people that live there. You see that? That's huge.
That's
in
massive.
One city. Imagine. So that would be like the less of all of New Zealand living in one city. It's crazy. Here you got lots of space in New Zealand.
Yeah, you'll go to places and you won't see people for like days or.
You can drive around a lake and there's not one single house here. Like the lakes in the South Island, they're just like beautiful, gorgeous snow-capped mountains all around, pristine, and no one there, and crystal clear lakes, and it's just like. Unheard of. It's unbelievable. Kind of like Canada. Northern Canada.
Somebody said your accents are changing from Canadian to Canadian Kiwi.
Canadian Kiwi?
Yes.
Isn't that funny? It's crazy. It's worse if it's my ice cream melts. Huh? What? What are you talking about?
Maybe?
Oh, you're talking about ice cream and glaciers melting? Yeah.
Oh, so it's worse if your ice cream
Who
melts
was
in
the
the
younger
glacier.
young lady on the map? That was our friend Jessie and her brother Cameron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Who
they're
are
our
they?
dear Kiwi friends who we met in Nicaragua, and then they told us that, you guys come to New Zealand, so we did. And we did so many activities with them, you'll see.
So in Nicaragua, we spent a good, 5 weeks together with them, maybe?
Every single day, the day we arrived, they arrived the next day, and it's like, oh, we'll stay in a day extra. So will we.
They were
Every
supposed to
single
only
day.
stay one night, and we were going to as well, and then just leave.
And they did the opposite track. So they were going from Mexico down to Panama, and we were going from Panama up to Mexico. So we were halfway through.
Yeah. And then we were like, oh, well, why don't we all just stay an extra day and all go to the beach and hang out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's do that. And then that night we're like, oh, why don't we just stay an extra day? Okay, let's just do that.
And since they're
And
kind
then-
of similar ages, we just loved it.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was amazing. So they were the ones who were like, oh, you guys should come to New Zealand. And then so we came, and we're still here. Just so crazy.
Somebody said, wow, you guys are going to be overstairs.
Yeah. No, we won't, because they processed our credit card, which means they're processing the application, like the visitors ones. So I know that
It's probably
we're
gonna be
legit.
like tomorrow. We're gonna get them in the mail, and then
They better. If not, you're gonna like. Have you all seen the mad dash to get to New Zealand?
It's going to be the mad dash to leave New Zealand.
yeah, that'd be awful. And then like to pack the whole house. No, thank you.
Well, we're kind of ready. We were talking about packing because if
Were
you
you?
could- yeah. Because we were talking about how when we arrived, we all had one little suitcase and
Yeah.
a backpack.
Now we all have a big suitcase, basically.
No, the thing is too, I test packed like 1 month ago now, just to try what would happen. I've got so many clothes, but I wear them all the time, and I love clothes and stuff, right? So, I mean, we've been living here, right? So now it's like, okay, what do I want to
It's
bring?
a vacuum seal. Put it in the suitcase.
Yeah, I'm just going to be coming back, hopefully, so I'm just going to plan as if we're going on a trip and then come back.
Derek asks us a question here. Girls, do you ever feel like going to a regular school with your friends instead of homeschool?
So now here's the thing. I always wanted to go to high school. We've been homeschooled for now 4 years, but we recently started Crimson Global Academy, which is like an online high school. So we have that experience with friends and a teacher and a classroom and homework and that experience, but it's still online, which I love because then I can still sleep in and I can do whatever I want, but then I still got school, you know?
So, yeah, and explain, like, for example, yesterday she was online with her friends.
I've been talking, okay, so we had a school project we needed to do for economics, and I was talking to Haki, who's in Japan, and Ruby, who's in Australia, for many hours this weekend. And it's just so much fun because we always, like, make jokes, and we're all making our theme about farm animals, even though it's supposed to be about the human living standards. So,
It's pretty funny.
It's
but
fun.
they're all connected. Like, Angelique is, well, what's your class like?
her classes are a lot bigger. Like, my economics has 6 kids, including me.
My economics has 4 kids.
Oh, so that one's small.
That's
My
small.
psychology, I'm doing psychology and economics. Psychology has 3 other kids and then 4 of me.
So they're still doing an online curriculum, and they're also doing Crimson Global Academy, this online high school. So it's pretty cool. So they've got somewhat interaction. And then the girls have been going to youth group here in
Yes.
New Zealand and meeting tons of kids and friends and stuff like that. And some of you might be watching.
Yeah.
Somebody said, have you tried the the white chocolate Whittaker with green soda? That sounds
What?
What?
interesting. No, we haven't.
Green soda? What is that?
And white chocolate.
Doesn't
What is
sound
green
too.
soda?
I don't know. That sounds disgusting, man. That's gross. We're not gonna try that. Let's see.
Aw, thank you. Someone's saying hello to one of my favorite families from Turkey. That's so sweet. Thank you.
From Turkey. That is so cool. It makes me wonder. So when we first started our YouTube channel, like our very first year, we've been doing YouTube now, I think 4 years. And we were in Switzerland. We went to Zurich. And we got on a bus. And this one guy was sitting there with his wife. And he's like, oh, you guys are Growing Up Without Borders. I watch all your videos. And we were like, whoa, that's crazy. Because I think we had like 1,000 subscribers at the time. And then he was like, yeah, I'm from Turkey. And I was like, oh, and he's like, he was just visiting the country of Switzerland. And we just happened to be there and meet him. It was really cool.
That particular day was really cool as well because we had not only them, but 2 others who said they recognized us.
Yeah, one from Argentina.
And then
This
one
couple from
Swiss.
Argentina, I was like, oh, do you guys want me to take your picture? I was taking their picture of this, like, the lake behind them. And then they're like, by the way, we watch all your videos. And I was like, it was so weird because
They didn't say anything. They're
Yeah.
just like, oh, by the way, we've seen it, you know? what I mean?
that was so cool. And, like, yeah, it's just strange because we don't really have that happen to us in New Zealand very
No.
much. And so I'm wondering if people are reserved and don't say anything.
But we were in Queenstown, and this guy's like, do you guys have a vlog? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're the Growing Up
yeah,
Without
you're
Borders.
Growing Up Without Borders.
So he did know.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Someone said, I'm confused. How come you guys didn't wait out the pandemic in Switzerland or Canada? Well,
Okay, so what happened was we were in. First of all, we were
Dubai?
well, back up. We were in the Maldives,
Yeah.
and we were going to head towards India, And to get to India, you needed 2 empty pages in your passport. And if you can imagine, our passports tend to get filled up fast. So we thought, right, we'll go to Sri Lanka.
But that's not necessarily the reason. The reason
No,
was
that was
the
it.
countries.
No, but
We had to put the
initially,
last 5 years of countries we've been to and the dates and all that, and we're just like,
yeah, but initially, that's why we went to Sri Lanka, just to go get my passport renewed. So we went to the embassy there.
Right.
They got it done fast, but we took our time in Sri Lanka. And then as we were going to apply to go to
Right, I get it.
to India, it was like, yeah, write down all the different countries. And we were like, holy, this is going to take us forever. So instead, we're like, let's just go to Thailand and relax and do it slowly. So we did that. And when we were in Thailand, things started happening really fast where borders were shutting down. And then we were going to go to Cambodia, and they were talking about closing the border between Thailand and Cambodia, and we were getting nervous. We were like, what is going on? Like, because we still thought it was something really small, the whole like COVID thing. We thought, if you guys ever remember, like when Julia was born, which would have been 2003, she had there was SARS going around, and it was kind of like this thing that kind of passed over. So I figured it was going to be something like SARS, you know. So we thought, well, we'll just go to New Zealand, where we were planning to go anywhere. We were planning to come here to the Pacific and wait for the things to kind of pass over. So we planned in our minds maximum 3 months of this whole thing. This is why.
And it was all about just waiting for things to open up again. But then the longer we were here, the longer we realized, well, this is just the best country to be at the moment.
We were in the best country. You guys, a lot of
So
people...
we're like, yeah, why leave?
Yeah, a lot of people, you guys might be watching thinking like I've had comments of people saying, oh, it's like communism over there or whatever. You guys have this like strict lockdown, but we were COVID free the whole pandemic. Like we didn't have masks, no social distancing, like no COVID.
Yeah.
And then it's not until just recently when Delta variant arrived to New Zealand that we've now had stricter measures again. But still, we haven't felt the effects of COVID. The rest of the world has felt. So I'm so glad we didn't actually, like, I'm glad we played it that way. And to be honest, I think we're like in this, like, I feel like we're so lucky, like we're in like this 1% of the world who's had like this miracle happen where we have a place to stay and we've been able to stay this long and so on. So yeah, yes, I was like,
Rebecca's here. Hey, how's it going? Rebecca's a girl. She showed me around her school in Cape Town, South Africa, because we were able to experience a Jewish school for today, which was awesome.
Oh, cool. Tell us about it, girls. Tell them about it.
Yeah, no, so the Jewish school for us felt very modern and stuff, and it was really neat to experience it. They had Afrikaans and Hebrews, and it was a neat experience.
And you know how that came about? We were in Tanzania, in Zanzibar, eating at some really cool Indian restaurant, and this lady from South Africa and her husband, he reminded us of like a Bill Gates. He was kind of like one of these guys, kind of like, anyway, that's beside the point. But he was like, they were like, yeah, if you guys come to South Africa, if you come all the way to Cape Town, message us. I'm a school teacher or something like that, and I'll invite you and tour you around the school. And so that's how that happened. We did. It was really cool.
So are we coming back to South Africa, Vo? I'm definitely going to go back to visit in the future, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so our goal is, if you're brand new, like other people brand new to the channel and stuff, our goal is to get to every country in the world. And so we're halfway done, you could say, and we have a lot of other countries. So we have a lot of African countries to do, which we'll do the ones we haven't been to yet. And then we're going to go back to the ones we like.
Yeah.
So, do you recommend a good immigration lawyer in New Zealand? Like, we did everything ourselves, okay, so in hindsight, we did this before once when we wanted to live in the United States for longer than 6 months as Canadians. We had hired immigration lawyers, and basically, they just gave us all the things we needed to compile. So we still did all the work, and they basically presented it nicely. So we figured if it was the same thing, why don't we do it ourselves? So we did do everything ourselves, and it's the same thing. It takes a long time, and we really went through it all detailed. But I mean, there's a lot of great people. I even have a friend here who I've met who helps people with their visas and stuff. So DM me or message me on my email, and I can give you their contact if that's something that you're looking to do yourself.
Someone said, I think green soda may be LMP. And then she also said, LMP should be drunk, chilled in summertime.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. That's a typical drink here, but we have tried.
Is Halloween a Kiwi thing or just in the U.S.? I was going to say that because at the end I was going to be like, Happy Halloween, y'all.
Yeah. Let us know if you guys are dressing up and what you're going to be doing.
Yeah. Okay, any Kiwis watching? Do you guys dress up or not? Like, what is the plan here?
Last Halloween, we were in Tams at a smaller party, so it was
They still had a party, but there wasn't.
It was an under the sea water theme party. It was still cool.
They still do trick or treating, I think.
Like we've never gone trick or treating in New Zealand even though we were here last time because we just went to like some
Plus,
party.
you guys are getting old. Like,
Yeah,
they're not going to show up to like some house.
No, it's not something you do when you get older.
Trick or treat. I'm
But
like.
we have been invited to a Halloween party, so that'll be fun.
It's an American lady that lives here with her family, a Kiwi family, American Kiwi, and so they're having a Halloween party. So we're all gonna get dressed up and go.
That'll be fun.
Where's Chloe? She's my favorite girl. Chloe, will you come back and maybe sing us like a song that we don't get copyrighted on?
She's picked up on the ukulele.
She's playing the ukulele and she's doing amazing. Will you? What's the
Just
song?
started playing it.
What's the song? Chloe, come back, please. What's the song that's older? Because last time she did a live, like if you didn't know, we monetize our videos, which means you guys watch a little ad on the video, and that's how we make a tiny portion of revenue, right? Well, the other day we did a live and she played the piano, and she must have played it so good. It was like a Lady Gaga song and Ed Sheeran or something like that, and they copy-striked us.
Somebody said Halloween used to be apple bobbing and things in the UK. Now American influence means it's more demanding sweets and menaces.
Oh, yeah.
Apple bobbing in Halloween.
Someone says, well, when are there plans to go back to Canada? Yes, absolutely. Our family's there, so I do plan on going back. We all do.
Definitely. Yeah, our whole family's there, so we're definitely going to go back. Okay, Chloe, are you going to sing a song?
I don't know if I can.
We'll just do it in worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, you guys get to benefit. Worst case scenario, I'll cut it out of the video or something like that. Here's
ukulele.
This is Angelique's ukulele.
I can play the one by Elvis Presley because that's an older song.
An Elvis Presley song? Okay, go
Or would
for it.
that be monetized?
I don't know.
Isn't it? I was gonna say 1,000 years, but that's too much. It's like 100 years and then it's no longer copyrighted.
I have no idea. But let's
Something
just
like
enjoy it, okay? So she's just learned this like literally within the last 2 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. I'll just play
Yay!
a little bit.
Bravo! You gonna do another one?
I don't want to get copy strike.
No, do it. It's fun. You guys enjoying it? Let us know if you're enjoying it. When someone asks you, what's your most controversial opinions?
Should I do
Ooh.
somewhere?
in general.
In general.
Should I try somewhere over the rainbow?
Yeah, somewhere over the rainbow.
Somewhere. Oh wait. Sorry, I'm using a little ticket thing because then it's just easier. Okay. Something like that.
Yay! Bravo! I love it. Okay,
fun.
just so you guys know, this is what our house sounds like every day, nonstop. Chloe's singing. Like, she does not stop singing. It's beautiful. We love it.
So someone says, are we coming back to Indonesia? Actually, that's one place we were talking about. Wouldn't it be funny? Like, not funny, but we could just go live in a villa.
We have
live life.
friends in Bali right now. They're just loving it. And so it does sometimes get enticing. Although the weather here is starting to warm up, so it's beautiful.
Exactly. Now, New Zealand's awesome.
Oh, John's saying, we've been here long enough to be honorary Kiwis. Thank
Thanks.
you. That's so sweet. And they say, sure, cuzzies. Okay, let me translate that. Everyone here in New Zealand says, like, they call each other cuzzies, like cousins, you know? And chur means like, oh, cool, man. Like, chur, bro. Chur, cuzzies.
Someone said, "Oh no, my cat ran out of the house. Is he not allowed out of the house?"
He better not have run out because of Chloe's singing. I'm just joking. Chloe sings beautiful. Best country in the world for riding out the pandemic.
Yes, absolutely.
100%, yes. Love that tribute someday.
Someone said copyright is 70 years after the
70 years?
death.
Really?
And 20% of the song.
How long do you stay in each country? It all depends. Some countries we love will stay longer. Some countries we're like, okay, we can move on.
This is by far the longest country we've ever been to.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome for the immigration advice. Yeah, I'm going to make a whole video for you guys once the process is done. I'll either be crying or I'll be like happy at the very end, depending on what we get as an answer. But I filmed parts of like the process, like what we have to do and everything like that, so I can share it with you guys. And it's going to be different than if you're just coming as like an employee for a company, but still it'll be interesting for you guys to see what the process is.
Joe, hi from San Antonio. Hello.
Hey
Hello.
Joe, nice
Howdy.
to see you.
Howdy.
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 Or hola. There's a lot of people that speak Spanish there too.
Never even wore a master in this entire, and no, I never. You never? Where are you?
And no lockdown. Yeah. Whoa, that's Sweden.
Are you?
That's Sweden. Definitely. Sorry, you're in Sweden, right? If I remember correctly, and based on your little icon. All right. Kiwis are very lax about Halloween. Not a big deal. My hubby is Kiwi, and he says he didn't grow up with it, really. Yeah.
Some of these things are just coming still in, you know?
Yeah, like in Europe, we were really surprised. When we were in Spain, we did Halloween in Spain. And remember, what did the kids say?
You go to the bar and get bank candies.
First of all,
like bank candies are candies you get in the waiting office at a bank.
Like just little candies, right?
Like just like hard candies. And
The kids are like, you have to go to the bar.
They go, yeah, when we asked, we're like, so where do you guys go Halloweening, like trick-or-treating? Because we saw them in their thing, and they were like, go to the bar. And we're like, the bar? What's the bar?
And then in Europe, you have to be scary, like all the time, scary dressing up. So when our cousin, he came to Spain once, and he was dressing up as a Canadian flag, socks, shirt, everything.
But over there, it's like supposed to be like the scary thing.
And then everyone's
like
like,
if
what
you
are you?
dress
And he's
up
like,
like
I'm a Canadian.
if you dress up just because you want to dress up, then it's like you should dress up scarier and just like.
That was
I
more like
wanna
in
do that.
that was more like in Switzerland, right? Because like
Switzerland for sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Whereas in America, it's like you could dress up as anything.
Princess, whatever.
Yeah.
¿Quieres escuchar a Angelique cantar?
Angelica, canta. So I love watching to see how many people are watching. Yeah, you know what, you guys, just quickly message. Say which country you're watching from, just to have fun here to see how many countries are watching, because that's always so cool for us to see where people are watching from. I know some of you guys already, but yeah, if you're watching, so there's 123 of you here, comment really fast and just put the country you're watching from, because that'll be really fun. And if you want to even get creative and have even more fun with it, add your little emoji of your flag if you can.
Stephanie's here.
Hey, Stephanie.
Stephanie's in Texas too. That's a good friend of ours that we met in Florida. Hey, Steph. That's so cool.
She was saying
That they don't decorate for Halloween, they decorate for Christmas.
they don't do Halloween. Yeah, some people.
Christmas is a nice time of year. You gotta put up a Christmas tree, decorate it.
Okay, Costa's World of Music Memories. What do you think you'll be doing in 5 years from now? Okay,
Each of us.
Ooh, countries are coming